Are you currently using Obsidian and you want to track your workouts or activity? I'll show you how. Hi, I'm Tim Love, and this is Love on Tech. I will start with a little bit of honesty because I'm new to Obsidian. I've only been using it for about a month, but I am loving it, and I've been busy. I've been working at transferring all my notes from OneNote into Obsidian. One of the things I wanted to use it for is kind of a daily tracker. I'm a runner, and I'll be honest, again, one of the things that I haven't been doing is doing any strength training. I recently started a new running plan by Coach Perry called Faster Beyond 50. Yeah, I'm over that milestone. But anyways, if you're interested in running or interested in any sort of running program, I'll put links to that program in the description below. But strength training is part of their plan, and that's something that I wanted to start to track just to see how well I'm doing, how I'm progressing. Am I getting better? Am I using more weights? That since I'm in Obsidian all day long, why not just go ahead and use it as a log to track my progress on my strength training? So after hours and hours of searching and looking on YouTube, not really finding what I wanted or thorough enough of what I wanted, I saw some screenshots of things that look great, but never really found a kind of a how-to. So I found other similar items, and I'm like, I can modify this to make this work for what I wanted to do. So let's go ahead and jump into Obsidian now. I'll kind of show you what I'm doing. Kind of the end result. Here you can see an activity tracker, and I just have a few exercises in here, but as you can see, it's my workout log. This is going to show me the last 7 days of exercises I've done and kind of what I've done on each one. I'll show you how it works by going ahead and adding a new exercise, and I'll get into all the details of every one of these boxes, but I'm just kind of showing you how this works to begin with. This first box is just prompts me for a value, and I'm using it because I used a date as the file name, so I'm using this to prevent a duplicate file name. And then it's going to ask me what exercise did I do. I'm going to say, hey, I did some hip flexion lunges. I did 3 sets of 10 reps. I know I'm not tracking time on this one because I'm tracking sets and reps. And on this, I didn't use any additional weight. And that was part of my circuit one. And boom, you can see that hip flexion lunges automatically appeared right here in the list. And I can go ahead and add another one. This one will be number 4. And I'll do one with weight. I'll do... what's one with weight? Single calf raises. I did 3 sets of 12, and I used 15-pound weights. And we'll put that in circuit 2. And there you can see the weight comes in as well. And just so you can see the time, I'll do another one. And let's see, something I do based upon time is bicycle crunches. And I did 3 sets, not doing reps, but I did 30 seconds each time. I didn't do any additional weight. And that was in circuit 2. And there, now you can see that I did 3 sets of 30 seconds each. So we're going to dig in and show you how I put this together. We'll start from the beginning. So we're going to go to Vault. We're going to create a new Vault. We're going to put it in here, and we're just going to name this demo. So I'm showing you from scratch how to put this whole thing together. So now we have a new Vault. All right. So the first thing we want to do is just do some housekeeping. I'm going to create a templates directory. And then I'm also going to create a folder to store all the workouts in. I'm going to need a template. And I'm going to name this exercise log. Just like that. And I'm going to just grab some. And you'll see, I'll explain this template in a minute. But in order to do some setup, we need this template to exist. All right, so there we have it. We're going to go hop into settings, and the only core settings is a core plugin. It's called Templates, and we're going to turn this on. Does it work with Templater, which I know is a very popular plugin? Yes, it does work with Templater as well. You're just going to need to change some of the syntax. But we use templates, and I'm going to go down to templates down here to configure it. I do have a templates directory, so we're going to select that. Now the next thing we're going to do is we're going to use 3 community plugins. Now this safe mode you need to turn off, and basically what this is, Obsidian's telling you is that, hey, we can't vouch for these plugins. For the most part, what you can do is look at the number of downloads the plugin has. So the first one we're going to use is Buttons. Here it's got over almost 25,000 downloads already. We're going to install it and enable it. The next one is Data View, and if you've been using Obsidian for any length of time, you probably already have this. As you can see, it's approaching 200,000 downloads already. So we're going to install and enable that one as well. And then the last one we're going to use is Quick Add, which is approaching 67,000. Again, download and enable. So now we're going to back out of there. We're going to come down to do some slight configuration on these. On Data View, we're going to enable JavaScript queries and enable inline JavaScript queries. And the rest of it we're just going to leave as a default on this one. And then on Quick Add, this is where the rubber meets the road. This is where we're really going to start to, this is what prompts you when you click that button and it goes through those prompts. This is where all that magic happens. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to manage macros. And then we're going to create a name. So add exercise, and you can name this whatever you want, but add exercise. We're going to add macro. Then we're going to go ahead and configure it. And then this is a capture template. So we're adding a capture template, and we're going to click this little gear icon right here. If you want to change the name of this, all you have to do is click in it. I know it is not apparent, but add exercise. Right there. So what we're going to do is this is going to be the file that's when you add an exercise, it's going to create a new file for each exercise that you add. So we're going to store this in the workouts directory, and we're going to use it by date and then value. And you can kind of see it gives you a preview of what the file name is going to look like. So it's going to be in the workouts directory, and if create a file today, it's going to be 2022-0505. And since value doesn't currently have a value, there's a space here, but normally it would have something there. So we're going to create the file if it doesn't exist, and we're going to create it using a template, which is the exercise log that we already created. And then the last thing we want to do is scroll all the way down where it says capture format. We're going to turn that on. So now we can close that. So we're going to close this window as well. We're going to close this window as well. And now we're back here. We're going to add one more thing over here, add exercise. And we're going to use macro. Then we're going to add choice. Now what we want to do is if you used Quick Add before, then what you're going to want to do is click this little gear and make sure that your macro selected, the correct macro, because you can obviously create multiple macros. And then what we're going to do is we're going to add the command to add exercise. And this adds this macro into the Obsidian command prompts. So we'll show you that in just a second. Other than that, we're ready. We're ready to create a new file. So I'm going to create a new file, and this is going to be our daily workout log. right? And we'll take that and we'll give it a title. This is our daily workout file. And so we want a button. That button you saw that says add exercise. So right here, we're going to go over. Let me show you from a command. If I do quick add, just to show you, this add exercise is now here. But we want a button. We're going to go into the button maker. And this is going to be what you want the button to say. And since I'm using add exercise all over the place, exercise, we're going to do that. And this is the button type, is we're going to run the command. And then what command are we going to run? Quick add. We're going to run the add exercise command. We don't want to remove it after we click it. We don't want it replaced. We're not inheriting anything. We can, like this has an integration with Templater as well. We can change the color of the button. This is what your button's going to look like. So we're going to go ahead and insert button. Boom, we got a button. And if we look in the workouts directory, we can see nothing is here right now. So let's just show it off. So we're going to do that. We're going to add an exercise. We're going to add an exercise, 3 sets of 15, 0 time, 0 weight. And we'll say that was part of circuit 1. And now you see the file that was created. You see it's created with the year, month, day, and then the 01 appended, because if I add multiple exercises, it's all going to have the same date. And then that first value that gets added, make sure that it's a unique file. So now we need to show history. All right, I'm going to come over here and do 3 tick marks, use DataView.js. I'm going to quickly kind of walk through this. I'm not going to explain everything that's in here, but this is querying all the files. So it's going to say let pages equal anything that has a workout tag in it, where the date of the workout is greater than or equal to the today's date minus 1 week. So it's going to pull back anything that is greater than or equal to 1 week ago today, and then I'm going to group by the workout date. And then this is going to kind of loop through it. So we're going to add the date in descending order, and then we're going to do another group on this, and we're going to sort it by the type. And that type was, at the very end, I had warm up, circuit 1, circuit 2, and that's just kind of how I do my workouts. And those 3, and then these are the field names that are being returned. So if you want to modify the template and modify this, you can. If I just click out of here somewhere, boom, there's my workout now. And if I show you this again, if I do add exercise and 2 bicycle crunches, I did 3 sets, and I did this for 60 seconds. I don't think I can do bicycle crunches for 60 seconds. No weight. And that was by circuit 1. Boom. You see it automatically add in here. So that's how it is. Let me show you the template and show you how it works. So the date of the workout automatically pulls in today's date. And then since exercise has a value, and then it's a comma delimited list, this is what creates that drop down list. And you can put, I kind of have a set in exercises that I cycle through the 3 days a week. So I went ahead and listed all of these alphabetical order, and they will appear in the drop down in the order that they're here. And then my sets, rep, time, and weight value, and you can see this here, sets, rep, time, and weight. And if we go back to the workout log, you will see sets with the book, reps with the little chart, time with the hourglass, and weight like a weightlifter. And you can see it added there. So that is where that comes from. And then the type is another drop down list of these 3 types. And of course, there's my tag for workouts. And if I click on any of these files that got added, you can see it's just adding it up here to the header, but they also add it here. So if you're finding this video helpful, I'd appreciate giving me a thumbs up or even subscribing to the channel. That really helps me out. Okay, so this is not truly a completed project right now. I'm going to continue working on this, continue adding features. I already have a punch list of items that I want to go ahead and improve this process with. I'll give you a few ideas of what I'm looking for, and this is by no means in any sort of order. But one of the first, I said no order, and I'm about to say the first thing I want to do. One of the important things I would like done is automating that number. So when you click on the button to add a new exercise, the first prompt is, hey, just kind of give me a unique number so I don't create a file conflict. I would love to have that automated. I would like to create some summary pages for weekly, monthly, quarterly, so I can see at a glance how I'm progressing, how consistent I'm staying. So maybe a streak tracker or something to that extent, just so it can go back and say, hey, you're supposed to exercise 3 days a week. In the past month that had 4 weeks in it, you exercise an average of 2.5 times a week, something like that. So I can just get a feel for how I'm doing, as well as tracking the weights. A lot of these exercises use bands, and I have some bands that have weights to them. So it's a 50-pound band or a 10-pound band. That will allow me to make sure that I am increasing my weight as I progress through my exercises. I would like to be able to format the table a little bit better, maybe add some color to it. I'm still trying to investigate that. Again, like I said, I'm so new to Obsidian. If any of these ideas I mentioned you know how to do, or you've done before, you have some ideas, I'd love to hear it. Please provide some feedback in the comments below. I'd love to see how you would use this or find this information useful. Number next, since I only exercise 3 days a week, and I pretty much do the same routine on Mondays, the same routine on Wednesdays, and the same routine on Thursdays, being able to see what I did the previous Monday or the previous Tuesday. So if today is Thursday, the first thing at the top of the list would show me last Thursday's routine. So I can see that, hey, I was using 60-pound bands. So that's where I'd want to pick up, or maybe say, hey, I'm going to try to move up to 70 pounds, something to that extent. So it's a quick snapshot before I begin my workout that I can see what I did the previous time. Number 5 is to remove all those zero trackers. Let me show you what happens if I click add exercise, and I don't even know what number I left off with. Number 5. So this would be number 6. That's the reason I want it automated. And I select an exercise, and I did 3 sets of 10, but I typically put 0 here for time. I'm not going to do it now. And I put 0 here for weight, and I'm not going to do it now. I'm going to select a circuit, and I'll show you why I put zeros. Boom, you see this undefined because I'm prompting for a value, and the value is not being provided, so it's undefined. So I'd like to figure out I need to find a way that I only enter the values that are appropriate. And then the last item is something unique. I'm going to create another template because I'm pulling it in from, I have set up, which gives me the exercise name. It tells me what my target sets, my target reps should be, or if there's a time, what my target time would be. And then it gives me a link to a YouTube video demonstrating this particular exercise. So when I'm looking at this particular view, it's bothering me. I'm going to go in here and delete this file. So when I'm in here, I'd like this that says leg swing side to side. I'd like this to be a link, an external link to that particular YouTube video that applies to this exercise. So click on it and have it open up the YouTube video. Well, that's it. That's what I've got so far. Again, I'm going to continue working on this. The files I'm going to put on GitHub. The link will be in the description below. If you want to go ahead and download that, you can. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video.